Hey there, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're going to make something that I joggled around in my mind and came up with. I'm calling it a telescopic gatefold specimen journal card. This is my dummy or my template. It's not quite how we're going to do it today, but it's going to give me my measurements and things, and we'll work it out as we go along. All right, you're going to need a couple of sheets of paper. I'm doing this for my sunflower journal, so that's why you see sunflowers in some of the shades. Need some old packaging that's clear, so we have our window. And so let's get to it. Our measurements for this thing is 7.5 tall and 4.5 wide. That's what most of the pieces are, yet our outside pieces are going to be a little longer so we can tuck it in. And I'll show you what I mean by that as we do it. So I have measured this sheet and went across 5 inches and another 5 inches. And it's the length of 7.5 inches. I have one of my mouthy cats out there. I hope you don't hear it. It's dark now and they want to go out. But there's critters out there at night, skunks and possums and all those kind of good things. So let's measure here. Our 7.5 down and 5 across. Another one here. If I can see my mark, there it is. And then we're going to do across it and get the 7.5. I'm using just a one-sided paper here because I'm probably going to put another paper behind it. I figured this would be the easier one to fold because that is going to be the gatefold part of it. And my cutter is not the greatest. It likes to put little feathers along the edge of your pieces, but I'll trim those off in a minute. Then what we're going to do is make the inside piece, and it's going to also be, well, it's going to be the 4.5 width. So we measure here. Can you even see them? I'm sorry. Whoops. I moved the whole thing. Get it up there where you can actually see the numbers. So 4.5. And we're going down 7.5. And we need 2 pieces like this. And let me go over 4.5 again. Most of the cutting will be done, except for the circles, which they may be a little tedious. But I'll show you what we're going to use to go by. Let's see, I have, oops. I'm not sure that will quite work out, so let's go in this way with this first. Whoops. Okay, I'm going to go across to 8 because I need to cut off that little bit. I hope everybody is doing well tonight. Sorry, it's the night here. And you're getting a chance to relax, do crafting, or whatever helps you relax. I sometimes read. I haven't been reading for a while, but I'm sort of getting back into it. Okay. Let us trim this down. I'll go a little off kilter with that one. There we go. Now we're going to make sure this is 7.5. It's a tad off, so we're going to fix that. I come up with this idea the other week, not sure from what. I think I had waterfall cards floating around in my head and telescopic things. I saw telescopic on something one time, and I still haven't figured out where. or if that's the right word. Somebody put a bunch of holes into their journal, and each one was a little smaller till you saw a scene at the end. And I keep thinking that was called Telescopic. If anybody knows, please tell me, because I've been thinking about that forever. Okay. We're going to also make 2 back pieces for this one, the same size, and it's got straight lines, so I'm thinking I can just cut that. Let's test the theory. Okay, I'm going to do another one beside it. This is an 8.5 by 11 sheet, and it was Grunge. I think it's called Grunge. It's by Pink Monarch Prints, and I thought it was really pretty. So I wanted to get that, and it colors matched really nice. I'll tell you what, I'm going to cut this out and I will get back with you. Okay, I've got my 2 pieces here cut. That is going to be for the front and the back of the middle. Then I have the 2 side pieces cut. And I rounded the edges, so I kind of knew which one. And don't worry about this, because that's going to be tucked into this one. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to kind of sandwich it in so it's secure. And then we're going to do our folds. So what we want to do first is measure across here the 4.5, because that is the size of our piece on each side. So let's see what we can figure out here. It's about right there. And I'm going to do it on the bottom too, just so I know. Right there. So then it needs to be scored. Let me do the other one first. I started rounding all the corners on this one. I decided no, just the ones on the outside. Now you don't have to round them, but I kind of think it'll look better. So there we go for that. Now what I'm going to do is score, and it has to be scored at, let's see, so it's 4.5. Yeah, 4.5. So 2.25. And what is that? Mountain and valleys. Well, we're not going to worry about that. We're just not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to get a score line in there. And we're going to do the same for this one. 2.25. And we're going to hope it lands right. There. So that's done. Get that out of the way. Now what we're going to do is get our, now this piece was going to be for the inside pocket, or it's going to be the tag. And what I was trying to do is center this, but I've got to get my circles in here first. And of course I inked everything. These blues you're not going to see. But we do want to get our words right side up. Now here's the trick on the circles. What we're going to do is I've got 2 size circles here from ribbons. So the outside pieces are going to have the larger circle. The inside piece is going to have the smaller circle. So it's a telescopic, you see. So we're going to take this one first. You can either have it dead center, or you can go up a little bit in case you want some word or something. And that's what we're going to do, because I believe that's how I'm going to close it. I was thinking, how am I going to close this if these 2 folded pieces do not want to cooperate? So I believe that idea might work out. Now, if you don't have a circle or anything like a die cut, you can just get in here, and some people will do an X, but I just get in here and trim it out so I can save that piece. Because it could be used again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut those two out with the smaller one, and we'll come back so I can show you how to do the larger one. Okay, our hole is cut out. I've inked it, and then we're done with that spool. And before we glue these together, we're going to get in here with our pieces, and we're going to figure out which one we wanted where. I think this one was, because I want the numbers to be on the outside. So that's going to tell me right there. So we're going to fold these, give them a crease, and that is going to go on this side. This side. How am I going to do that? Oh, I need to Z-fold it. That's where I'm messing up. So I got to get in here and make another groove. It has to have a Z fold, so it's inside. Yeah, let me think about this a minute. Okay, yep, that's what I had to do. I had to Z fold it. And this is what I mean by Z fold. I had to bring it in again. It'd be wonderful if I had a 14-inch piece of two-sided paper, but I don't. So what I'm going to have to do is do it this way. And this is how it's going to get done. It's going to go like that, and it's going to go like that. And it's going to get glued to the back side on either side there. And what I'm going to do first, though, is make sure both sides is even, which I see a little bit of a crack there. I think I can fix that by trimming down just a hair on either side. So let me get that worked on. And then you're also going to want to cut you a thumb pull up here at the top. So I'll have that done too. Hold on. Okay, I tweaked that and that fit perfectly now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that circle that I created, and I'm going to draw a pencil line. So what we're going to do now is take that out, go back to our pencil line, and we're going to take our next size up and see about going over top of that. I'm kind of wondering if this is going to work. I might have to find a clear circle. I have some circle dies. I might have to go that route. Sorry, I'll be back. Okay, I got my ugly washi because I think I'm going to have that hold my pages together for me while I'm making my circle. There we go. And this circle is 3.5. And I'm going to be able to see where exactly it needs to go. And all we need to do is get this centered. And that's about the only route I can take. All right. So that's done. I can take that and take the washi off. And what we're going to do is cut us a circle out of that larger size. Thank goodness it's kind of grungy, so you can't really see the pencil lines. And I might not have to get in there and erase them. Okay, that piece is gone. The next one. If I didn't ask if you were doing well today, I'm going to ask that now. I would like to thank all my new subscribers, my old subscribers, and my watchers for coming to visit with me today and to see what I was getting up to. I'm always up to something. You never know. I told you I was thinking of some new ideas for future videos where they're sort of a series. And I'm kind of still hashing that out in my mind. And I'll let you know about it soon. All right. I'm going to get in there and I'm going to throw some ink on this and we'll be ready to assemble. Hold on. Okay, I think we're ready to assemble. I have a little piece that I think will be used for our holder to keep it shut. I've got a little piece of old packaging that we're going to glue on the back side. And all we're going to do is run us a bead around the outside of this little circle. And we're going to trim off what we don't need. Actually, we might make the top part a little square, because what we're going to need to do is make sure that doesn't get caught with the tag coming down through there. What we could do is take a little piece of paper and go on the upper side of that, and that would take care of that issue. Okay. Feel like I left a little sticky on there. See if I can erase it. Sometimes you can take something to like a eraser and it gets rid of the sticky for you. All right, let's go in and see if we can trim. I'd like to trim that little bit off there. I probably won't incorporate. Nope, we are going to put something over that. So we'll fix that in a minute. And we're going to go down through here and just trim off our excess. If you can see it. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. You get a hold of it. You better keep your fingers on it. Okay, there we go. It's a little half moon here. There. That's gone. And like I said, I think we're going to take us a little strip here of some of our scrap. Doesn't matter what color, nobody's going to see this. And we're just going to go across the top of that piece of plastic. I have this feeling that it's going to get in the way. So we're going to do that. And glue us a little piece over top. There we go. I think a lot of people like Specimen this or Specimen that. They're kind of fun. You can put anything in your window. It could be critters, flowers, whatever. But it's always a neat look. So now what we're going to do, this is our front window. We're making our numbers the outside. So we want to glue this part of it at the moment. Then we'll come in again with the other side. Now, if you wanted to do score tape for this, you can go and use that. That's just as good. I thought I'd just go ahead and do it this way. Push it, make sure it's lined up top and bottom, and pushed all the way in on the side, and push down. What did I do with that score tool? There we go. So I can push in and make sure it goes down good. You can turn it over, do another little press if you feel like it. There. Okay. Do the other side. I'm going to turn it this way, but it's for me, the number side. And I know my numbers are a little wonky. They don't quite line up going across, but that's okay. It's the thought that counts, right? The thought that counts. Okay, so I'm going to go in here and then make sure that's flush and push it down. Yep, as long as she's lining up, we're good. And I'm going to push down with my bone folder, and it kind of burnishes that in there. All right. Braylon came to visit me, my kitty. I've covered up his chair. He's got nowhere to lay. Poor little guy. Okay. He's making room. I don't have to worry. Okay, you can see the telescopic part as it goes inward. Now what we're going to do is we're going to glue our front to our back. And we're going to do it in a U shape. So we've got our pocket. So we can slip our tag in there. And I've still got to gauge my tag because I want a particular sunflower from my print. And if I can't guide this glue straight enough, I won't get anything in there. Okay. We're just going to go with what we got here. Okay. And now we're going to lay this on top. I think that's the easier bet. Line up a corner. Make sure you got the right pattern on the outside. And I think we got it. Go down through there. Go down through there. Now, I made do because I did not have two-sided, the ones I wanted. Two-sided papers, you know. So now we have this. And I wanted that sunflower there to be my center. So I've sort of got it. I went up and I didn't realize it. Well, I just don't know. I might have to go back in there and cut on some more. Then again, he doesn't have to be that long a tag, so maybe we'll make that work. But I need to work on the width is my main thing right now. So let me do some trimming and I'll get it right. Okay, I think we're ready. And look, I've got that blue showing, but I thought it was okay. It's got like a little blue flower in there. And I thought, well, why not? We'll just leave that the way it is. And I went ahead and made my flower he's going to rest about right here. And I know I've got about that much left at the bottom, but that's okay. I'm fine with it. I'm now going to cut off a couple of corners to make this a tag shape. And how did that come off? That way. So we're going to reverse it over to this side and cut the other side off. And you know you've got them just about right. And that's going to go down in our little pocket. And we're going to make sure our pretty shows through the window. And you can cut off more at the top if you want, or you could have done your tag right to begin with. But I don't know what it would look like if it just had I think you want a center focal point. Like I have that one to the side, but he's still too high. Or I have a double. But anyhow, I like my single guy. So we're going to put him back in there. Then we're going to show you how to shut it or keep it closed. Because you can see it kind of bows up a little bit. So I found this out of my kit that I've chosen to use for my sunflower journal. And we're going to put it right there. And we're only gluing it to one side. So go down just shy of halfway. And go that whole side. And center it as best as possible. And the grays kind of go well with the pink monarch print, grungy. That gray outside edge. I thought they really went well together. I got this sunflower at Hobby Lobby in the single papers. And this one in behind here, that's one of those old ones from the old pad. It was a double-sided. So that is what she's going to look like. And did that work? It kind of works. I wasn't sure how else to do that, but I'll tell you, if you went across here with a long word, that would really do the trick. I should have done something up at the top. Maybe I'll do a word there. But anyhow, I think this would work best if you had it in a vertical belly band in your journal. Like you have a belly band that goes across like that, and you tuck it in and out. Or go into a pocket of some type, or a tuck. I wouldn't glue it down unless you really want to. But then it opens up, it goes shut, it opens up. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that and you try making one yourself. Thank you very much for coming to visit, and have a great day.